The jungle unfolds in vibrant greens around a tranquil river, a panorama of untouched wilderness under the Sunday. Tarzan moves with primal grace, a figure of wild elegance, swinging through the dense canopy with effortless skill. He lands silently by the river, his keen eyes observing a kaleidoscope of exotic birds, their colors vivid against the green. The jungle's peace is torn apart by the sharp crack of gunshots, shattering the serene soundscape. Tarzan's face hardens, his eyes narrowing as he recognizes the approaching danger, a storm gathering in his gaze. Inside the poacher's camp, rough men revel, their laughter echoing amidst the makeshift tents and flickering firelight. Slade, their burly leader, raises a cup high, his face flushed with greed and triumph. "We're gonna be rich!" Cages are stacked haphazardly, the air thick with the scent of fear and the silent cries of captured animals. Eyes gleam from within the cages, reflecting the despair and terror of innocent creatures caught in this cruel trap. The fire crackles, casting long shadows that dance with the poacher's callous celebration, a stark contrast to the prisoner's plight. Sunlight filters through the jungle canopy as Tarzan sets traps, his movements fluid and precise, blending seamlessly with the wild. Mimicking bird calls, then a panther's roar, Tarzan creates chaos. The poachers stumble into Tarzan's trap. The jungle becomes a blur of motion and desperation as Tarzan swings through the trees. From above, Tarzan unleashes a rock slide. The poachers are disarmed, and the freed animals scatter into the jungle. Sunlight filters through the dense jungle canopy as Tarzan swings effortlessly, a guardian surveying his domain. Panicked cries pierce the jungle symphony, a young gorilla ensnared, its fear echoing through the trees. With a primal grace, Tarzan descends, a shadow of swift justice against the poacher's cruelty. The snare disarmed, the terrified creature is freed. Tarzan's touch a soothing balm. Gentle gestures replace fear, understanding bridging the gap between man and beast. Following the tracks, Tarzan guides the gorilla home, a silent protector in the heart of the jungle. The gorilla village erupts in chaos as heavily armed poachers launch their assault, their weapons a stark contrast to the gorilla's raw strength. Gorillas fight fiercely, yet the poachers' superior firepower threatens to overwhelm them, their roars lost against the sound of gunfire. Tarzan arrives like a force of nature, his eyes blazing with fury as he witnesses the attack on his gorilla family. With primal agility, Tarzan leaps into the fray, a whirlwind of motion as he begins to outwit and disarm the invaders. He turns the jungle itself into a weapon, leading the poachers on a deadly chase, his knowledge their undoing. Deep in the jungle, Tarzan moves like a shadow through the poachers' camp, the air thick with the stench of greed and fear. Distressed animal cries echo as he discovers their cruel plan, a scar on the emerald landscape. The poachers speak of their dark deeds. With silent fury, Tarzan disables their equipment, freeing terrified creatures back into the jungle's sheltering embrace. Kruger steps into the firelight, his face a mask of ruthlessness, as Tarzan declares, "This jungle is under my protection." Sunlight filters through the thick jungle canopy as a small boat carrying explorers cuts through the murky river. Radcliffe, sweat glistening on his brow, points ahead with a determined glint in his eyes. The boat rounds a bend, sending a kaleidoscope of colorful birds scattering into the sky. "We're close. I can feel it. The legendary Tarzan, and perhaps a family reunion," Radcliffe says, his gaze fixed on the horizon. High in the canopy, Tarzan watches as explorers invade his jungle, their presence a jarring disruption to the peace. Radcliffe pores over a faded photograph, his brow furrowed in concentration, oblivious to the eyes watching from above. Cheetah chatters nervously, sensing the disturbance in the air, a primal warning echoing through the trees. "Something's not right, Cheetah. We need to be careful," Tarzan says, his voice a low rumble of concern. Around a crackling campfire, Radcliffe enthralls the explorers with tales of the Greystoke family and their lost heir. He holds aloft a family crest, its intricate design catching the firelight as he claims lineage and Tarzan's identity. Tarzan emerges from the shadows, his eyes gleaming with primal intensity, a silent challenge in the flickering light. Radcliffe rises, a triumphant smile spreading across his face. "Tarzan, I presume? I am your cousin, Radcliffe." Tarzan, a figure of wild grace, swings through the dense jungle canopy, sunlight dappling through the leaves. He pauses at a breathtaking waterfall, a symphony of nature unfolding before him. The idyllic scene is shattered by a faint, alien sound, a metallic clang that pierces the natural harmony. Intrigued and alert, Tarzan's senses sharpen as he ventures to uncover the source of the disturbance. The campfire's light flickers across the poachers' rough faces in a hidden clearing, their traps reflecting the cruel light. Cages filled with terrified animals surround them, their eyes reflecting a desperate plea amidst the shadows. From the darkness, Tarzan watches with a grim face, silently observing the poachers' every move. The poachers' leader sneers, "We'll be rich once we sell these creatures on the black market," his words echoing in the night. Sunlight dapples through the jungle canopy as Tarzan and Dr. Carter set their trap, the air buzzing with anticipation. Poachers, driven by greed, blunder into Tarzan's snare, triggering a chaotic symphony of snapping branches and cries. Tarzan, a blur of motion, navigates the treacherous jungle with ease, outmaneuvering the intruders. "This jungle is under my protection. You will not harm these creatures," Tarzan declares, his voice echoing with fierce resolve.